This is a quick tutorial on part 4 for the Danse Bacchanale in COVID Cello Project 14. So, hi guys. I wanted to start by talking about a few things about the music itself. One, as you'll notice, when you look at your part, there's really no good place to be able to turn the music. So, you might need to set it out on all 4 pages, or this is what I call Frankensteining a part by putting it all together and taping it up, and then you just need to make sure that it's set somewhere so that you can see everything clearly. Let me get that back out. Another thing is the symbols here, where it looks like a 2 with the / dot. That is just a fancy way of saying repeat. So at 109, the part you play at 109 and 110, that's where we start going into the... You just keep taking those 2 measures over and over again, all the way through until measure 146. Now, you can mark how many times that's a repeat, or you can just listen for when the section changes. If you count, I might even write in, it's called 109-1, and then the next one 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 times that you play that exact pattern. So, and then just stop when you, at F, we go back to the... So, other things to watch out for is whether or not it's Pizz or Arco. For instance, they're going to go really fast at 17, right back to Pizz. You may need to practice getting your bow from Arco to Pizz really fast, or drop out a note or 2 early so that you can get that. The main thing is just get it up into your hand, out of the way, so that you can play everything else. Going to the very end of the piece, at letter I, we're going to have a pattern. Watch out for those extra, that augmented second between B flat and C sharp, that you definitely know where you are. As you see, I was doing a bit of a shifting for that rather than trying to... It's because we're going to be going so fast at that point. If you're trying to... I'd stay off of the A string, honestly. I would just go up the D and G because you're going to be going so fast. You don't want to put a 3rd string crossing on if you can avoid it. Letter D, the syncopations. When, we've been... You could do all that in first position, or you could do it... If you do it all on the D string, you can do it all with your fingers instead of trying to cross the string again. So, you can do either way, either extended, or... I'll probably be doing it on the D string because we're not horribly loud at that point anyway, and that way you can control it a little bit. The syncopations, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Make sure that you kick each of those accents. So... Or if you're doing the bottom part at E, you just want it to be almost as if you're crunching all 4 at the same time. Obviously, you don't actually play all 4 strings at the same time. You just really aim at the bottom 2 and just let the bow catch the top 2 as you're coming off of it. So it's a really fast 2 plus 2 kind of feel. And then when you go to the 3rd, if you're going to play all 4 notes. Otherwise, pick the bottom 2 or pick the top 2. Because the idea is you want that crunch on the beats. Like you're the drum, you're the bam, right on that beat. And so that's why it's fortissimo. That's this whole section is loud and boisterous and crazy. You want to go bum ba da dum bum bum. And then if you don't have time for all three, you can just play 2 or 3 of those. And this again, both the at E and at 101, you need to leave the A string open to vibrate. Make sure that you're not touching the A string when you play it. All of this stuff at 109 and on, be above the middle of your bow. Or you can be even around the middle of the bow, but you don't want to be down by the frog. You want to be up higher, and you want to try and be as close to being double stops as you can, and then just focus on being off of whichever string you're not playing. So rather than worrying about G, D, but worry about off the D, off the G, off the D, off the G, and keep it as close to double stops, and then just move it just enough to clear the string you're not playing. So, because if you're trying to really go high, you're going to get behind. You're going to get tired. A couple other notes on bowing. One thing that I like to do is if I'm going to have like double ups at the end of a measure, like at letter E, I will actually write that in the part so that I can see that it's coming rather than get surprised by it. Another thing with rhythm, like at measure 74, 75, 76, it's easy to be off count if you're at all distracted. I will actually draw a little line for each big beat. So it's play and rest, 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 play. So you can see in the image there that I drew that anytime the rhythm looks like it's going to be confusing, but I don't want to draw it on every single beat of every measure. That's just too much paperwork. I do like to do a double down bow in measure 58. So bump, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. They can all be as it comes after that. In measure 66, the first 2 eighth notes should be slurred together. He definitely slurs them in the recording. I believe that is all of the bowing changes. You may have to practice some of the extensions. At letter I, that part with the bump, 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 I messed that up in my recordings a few times. Just remember, dynamics is everything. The more you can make the quiets really quiet and the really louds big and broad, the more Tony will have to play with to really make those musical effects in the final product. So we're going to do a playthrough. All right, playthrough from the top.
Here we go.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Go ahead and make a big motion so that everybody on the camera can see it, because that's a big moment to start. Then A is top, B is bottom. So whichever one you play, just put that in the titles of your tracks. We start Arco at A. Remember, you're going to have to flip the bow to Pizz just before B, so be ready for that. And get ready.
1, 2, 1, 2. Letter A. sit there, smile, hold still. Let it go. Thank you so much,
And
everybody.
we're done with the recording.